Alright, welcome everybody to yet another Monster Mash. If you're joining us today, you are just in time to catch a monster test for a Pathfinder 2nd Edition monster. I am your host, your GM, Jake, BB, Big Brother, whatever you want to call me, and I am joined by, well, 3 of the usual suspects and 1 newcomer. So, as almost always, I am joined by Decaf.
Hello.
Shy,
Greetings.
and one of the more... He's a regular at this point, but he's still a new regular. Dinnerman.
Huh?
Perfect.
Hello.
And we are joined by Actus.
Howdy.
So, I want you guys to remember the order I just introduced you in, and introduce your characters in that order. Who are you guys playing tonight?
Well, I guess I'm starting. My name's Decaf. I am bringing back an oldie but a favorite of mine personally. You better believe it. It's Naruto.
Excellent.
That art is cool. I need that as a phone background.
That is pretty solid.
And so this is a monk.
Yep, we're going straight monk essentially, but as we all know, he's got a little bit inside of him that causes problems. So we've got living vessel dedication as well.
I do like the living vessel dedication. Excellent. Next.
Alrighty. Well, as earlier introduced, I'm Shy, the not so shy individual here. And today I'm bringing in an oracle, a battle oracle, actually. And before I pronounce this character's name, I have to wonder, BB, how would you pronounce this?
Aelfi.
A fair attempt. It is Aoife.
Aoife. Okay.
Huh?
For I don't remember the exact, but it's like for like battle and things like that, as I am indeed playing a battle oracle.
It's
Okay.
Yeah,
try to
so
remember
we'll
that.
see how it goes, and I look forward to doing some buffing and stuff like that, and probably still getting just absolutely smacked because I am still a caster.
Right, sounds good, Warren. Choosing weird ass
I
spellings
see.
for your names.
Yeah,
That
right.
is not. That's not because it's weird spelling. It is accurate spelling.
All right.
It's like Aiden all over
Next.
again.
I am playing, while it may be spelled Legiana, it's actually pronounced Jeff.
Ray Liotta.
No, I'm playing Ray Liotta. I have loved the idea of shamans ever since Shaman King. I'm playing an animist, though I'm not playing the shaman dedication. But even still, I'm very excited because I've been looking forward to animist ever since they announced it.
Awesome.
That is excellent art.
That's cool. And then joining us for the first time today, and hopefully not the last, we'll see how he shakes out. We have, as I said, we have Actus. And Actus, who are you playing?
I'm going to be playing Janai Weathers tonight. They are a ranger who is specialized into the druidic ways of decay, believing in the natural processes of life.
Very cool.
Exploring the world now after leaving the elemental plane of wood.
Awesome. Very cool. So, what are they? Ardonde? Something like that?
Yes.
Nice. Excellent. Well, the 4 of you are decently experienced adventurers. All of you level 7. And your adventures have taken you to this sort of frozen lands. And you're trekking through it. It's in the afternoon by this point. You guys have run into a few encounters so far. This is a harsh, inhospitable landscape. But as you are journeying, you do hear a shrill cry, a shriek, that sort of cuts through the sky, and you briefly see a creature swooping, soaring. You're able to watch it sort of come around, and it seems to have its gaze set on you, giving you guys enough time to sort of prepare yourselves. And as it draws closer, as it gets nearer and nearer to you. The GM realizes that he forgot to include a sound clip. But it unleashes another shriek, and it draws in right up here. It is a huge creature. It is hovering, probably about 15 feet off the ground. Actually, I can enter that in here. Elevation. There we go. And it resembles a bird of prey, but it also has features that make you think of a, what do you want to call it? A sea slug. With mostly its coloration and the patterns. The creature in question looks like this.
Oh my god. That's literally my favorite monster.
It is a super cool monster. I had originally sort of held out on doing it because I was like, I wasn't sure I could make it distinct enough from something like a, what do you call it? Any of like the frost type dragons already. But yes, this is indeed a Legiana or Legiana. I don't remember how they pronounce it.
It's the first one.
Legiana. Perfect.
Yeah.
It makes more sense to pronounce it that way.
And if anyone pronounces it the other way, they're wrong.
I prefer Legiana.
I prefer Jeff.
I just keep thinking Pokemon. Let me grab my Poke Flute and summon Lugia.
Oh, no.
Speaking of which, see if this will be loud enough. Oh, nope, too quiet.
Oh, I hear it. There.
The
I hear it, but I see
ear-piercing
what you
shriek.
mean. Yeah.
All right, so we're all stunned one on our turns as we cover
True.
our ears.
Real.
All right. Well, perfect. Let me get you all selected here, and let's start the fight.
Time to
All right.
rumble.
Didn't I take
Before
that?
people roll for initiative,
I didn't take that. I chose
Oracular
Uh,
warning.
yep. If it will just call out, be like, I think we all knew this was coming, but you know, Visions said this was coming, so
Everybody gets +2 status bonus to their initiative roll. You can probably
Feel
just
free
drag
to
the oracular warning effect
grab that effect onto
onto
yourself.
yourself.
Yeah.
before rolling for initiative. I will also
All
apply
right.
it.
Hey, we also get temporary HP.
Indeed. All of you get that. I do not.
Good bird.
Oh my god.
Temporary HP equal to half your level. Ooh.
Yeah, so maybe not the most in the world, but hey.
Wait. All right. Let's.
Free HP is free HP.
You guys are gonna need it.
Ooh, forgot to click the initiative one on me.
Okay. Is that everybody? Oh, just need Janai.
Apologies, I hit the perception one. It's always
Gotcha.
right next
You
to it.
you can also just hit the dice on the encounter tracker.
I think-
Encounter tracker.
As well for you, Jake, if you click the little cross swords next to 33, that will set that as their initiative.
Oh. Oh yes, it will. Okay, we can just do that. That's fine by me.
Oh, hey. Also, encounter tracker. Where's that?
It's
that is the two cross swords.
Right.
Two cross swords.
On the like sort of toolbar on your right.
In the upper right.
Yeah, the tabs up at the top.
Ah, there it is.
And if you right click it,
can
it'll pop it out as like a little menu that
beat
you
you
can
to
move
it.
around.
All right.
I pretty much every time we start an initiative, I right click that button.
Just leave it on the chat, yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, here we go. Begin encounter. So, my first action is I'm going to fly a bit. Hello, hello. Lovely to see you. And as I do, I will descend. So it is still above. It's still in the air, but it is only about 5 feet in the air. So got a little +5 feet. You should be able to see above its token. And you know what? True to that sound you just heard, as it gets closer to you, it unleashes another shriek.
Grasping ears, slightly tucked down.
And so, that is going to be an actual action with Shrill Shriek. It's a 30-foot emanation that should get all of you. So, please go ahead and everybody give me a fortitude save.
I would like to hear a point, though.
Ooh, probably you want something you want to do. Okay, so you can right-click on your roll in the chat and re-roll using hero point.
Oh, thank God.
Did I roll the same? Okay, no, I didn't.
Ooh, natural 20 there. Tifa's perfectly fine. Naruto is also fine. So the only one affected at all is Janai, who is stunned 1 and deafened for 1 round. Say you're in the lead a little bit, and maybe you wince. It's this shrieking, shrill cry that just sort of pierces into your brain, and you maybe stagger back a little bit as you're trying to you're just reeling under its effect. Following that, I have 1 remaining action. And so you see this creature that is gracefully sort of dances through the air almost, suddenly flips upward, going into a full-on, almost like somersault, and as it comes back around, the fans on its tail come together, and it smashes its tail down in a 20-foot line on Naruto and Janai.
It's a line! No.
So it is going to use its Frost Flip. So it's going to make a tail strike, rolling once. Yep, if you guys want to make those save against that, you can do so. Oof, does the 23 hit either of you?
No.
23 does not.
Alright, so good news. You guys both avoid the tail that thunders down, but as it hits, aside from just sending snow scattering into the air, you can feel a rush of cold from it that spreads outward and is actually going to affect Aoife and Ray Liotta as well, who will need to make the fortitude saves against this 4d6 cold damage.
Oh, adjacent to the line. That's cool.
Yep.
Dang it.
Yeah, so I'll draw the rectangle that is affected. It's give me weird. It's doing weird stuff.
I was gonna say, yeah. I know what it's.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. We got a 24, 34, 33, 22. Okay. So 34 and 33, you guys will only take half damage. You other two will take full damage. Here we go. Middling roll. But this damage on everybody, so you know what? We take it. Also, it is worth noting, the reason why I mark this is that this is uneven ground. So, if you guys haven't run into uneven ground in your games, what it means is that you need to balance or risk falling prone and possibly injuring yourself, depending on the specifics. You are off guard on uneven ground. Each time you are hit by an attack or fail a save on uneven ground, you must succeed at a reflex save with the same DC as their acrobatics check to balance or fall prone. But that is all 3 of the Legiana's actions, which brings us around to Janai.
Oh boy. If I remember correctly, if you do not balance, you just immediately fall, correct?
Let me
Am I
double
wrong
check.
there?
So balance, you're in a space that contains a narrow surface, uneven ground. So if you want to move, you're going to need to use the balance action.
Alrighty then. Luckily, Janai's pretty dexterous throughout the many years. So, quite easily, he will opt to do so. Let's see here. Attributes, skills, acrobatics. Do you want me to use specific action, or can I just roll the skill check?
Just go ahead and roll acrobatics.
Alrighty.
I'll use the same DC as the ability already has. You got it.
I'm gonna
So that is a
cartoon slip around.
Yeah, so that is a success. which means you move up to your speed, treating it as difficult terrain.
He is immediately going to Looney Tunes, kind of slide backwards. I go, take cover! In like a broken common.
Okay.
Because he can barely hear. And so that's 10 feet.
hmm
This should be...
You're out of it there, so yeah,
That should be 20.
yes.
And then 25. Let me check. Did I have 30? Double check. I do have 30. We'll go ahead and fall back to right here and
Behind
use
the
Hunt
rock.
Prey.
Okay. Is there anything else?
As my final action, I will use Hunt Prey on the creature.
All right.
As I attempt to
Because you were
hone in.
stunned one, that's right. I almost forgot.
Oh yeah.
Yippers.
Ray, it is your turn.
Shoot. So I need to balance, or I fall, or do I? Is that only if I want to move?
That's if you want to move, you need to balance.
Okay.
But you are off guard while we're in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's fine. It's not, but I can work with that. This is going to be weird. First action, I'm going to cast the focus spell, Trickster's Mirrors.
Ooh.
You don't need
that's
to
a
worry
lot
about
of
that
text.
save right now. Yeah. Basically, that happened. I can't copy. Could you copy my token and paste another one next to me?
Do we really need to...
Start with one. You don't need to do that. There's an extra mirror copy of myself, basically. Second action, I will cast. I will use my. Is this it? Yes, it is. I'll use my Circle of Spirits to switch my primary spirit from the Reveler in Lost Glee
Mhm.
to the Steward of Stone and Fire.
Ooh, okay. Stone and fire.
And then
Probably sounds
with
like
my
a good choice.
last action, I don't really have any one action. Oh, I could do that. I probably should do that. I'm gonna cast Shield.
Okay. All right.
Put Shield on me, and then make myself off guard.
All right. Aoife.
Alrighty. Well, at the start of my turn, I'm actually going to go ahead and do a couple things here, I think.
See about that.
Let's... You will see about that. I'm going to do a couple things. The first thing I'm going to do is I feel like I should just be able to step because I'm stepping into a square that isn't uneven ground.
This
Does
is
that
correct.
seem fair?
Yep.
Okay. Then I'm going to... well, I guess I would want to stride because I'd want to get closer.
Crap, I could have just done that.
Shoot. All right. I guess I should try to balance if I want to move. So I'll wait to do that then.
Okay.
I'm gonna start off by seeing what the world tells me of this thing's weaknesses.
Ooh. The Whispers of Weakness. One of my favorite focus spells. So, well, now it's
So-
not even a focus spell anymore, is it?
No, it's just a curse-bound
Action.
feature.
Yep.
Focus spells don't apply curse-bound stuff anymore, thankfully.
All right. You target one creature within 60 feet. If it has any weaknesses, you learn them. So you learn that it has weakness to electricity and fire.
Good to know. Okay.
It was electricity. God.
You also learn... Let's see. Which of its saving throw modifiers is its lowest? Its will save is its lowest.
So electricity and fire, and it's not of the strongest of wills. Got it.
Correct.
I would gain a +2 status bonus to my next attack roll, but
Mhm.
at the moment, that's not really in my favor.
You pull out your harmonica
Because I
gun.
can't... Yeah, let me just... BAM!
This is secretly a Senna build.
Bang! Alright, for my second action, I am actually still going to cast another spell.
Ooh, okay. Or your
As
first spell,
I cast
technically.
Weapon Trance. Oh, well, yeah, sorry, you're right. Use another action to do another effect, giving
Weapon
Weapon
Trance. Okay.
allowing me to treat my martial weapons on hand with the same proficiency as I would my simple weapons,
Very nice.
allowing me to actually use this spear that I'm holding. And then lastly, I guess I'll balance to then stride,
Okay.
because I plan on leaving this immediately, but
Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check.
do I know the DC that I'm trying to balance on?
I'm not sure you would, but I'll tell you that I'm using the DC of the same DC as the Fortitude save for this effect.
Interesting. Okay. All right. That should be good. That should be good. Bink. I don't like that.
19.
I don't want to fall prone, so I'm gonna reroll.
Oh, if it's the same DC, all right.
It's probably pretty high, honestly.
Well, actually, I think I have the exact number.
Using a hero point.
34. That's
There
a
we go.
success. So you may move
All
up
right.
to your speed, treating it as difficult terrain.
Just in the area that's uneven ground, though.
Correct.
So I'm gonna go to here.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20 feet to there. I could probably go a little further, but that's fine.
All right. You skid off of the ice into the snow and crunch up towards this creature. Spear at the ready, Naruto.
Alrighty, I would also like to move, so I am going to make an acrobatics check.
Have at it.
Do this and roll.
Oof.
Well, we're not off to a good start. Well,
All right.
I also have a hero point though, so
Okay.
we
Gigantic.
will use them to get out of here.
Oh no.
We will continue to attempt to use them to get out of here.
Okay.
As
So
long as you stay still, you're good.
that is a failure. So here's your option. You
Ugh.
must remain stationary to keep your balance, wasting the action,
Okay.
or you fall.
Damn.
I don't know
And
why
end
they
your
give you
turn.
that option, because if you
Yeah.
fall, your turn ends.
Yeah.
No, uneven ground, honestly, as I was reading over it, is
Well,
kind of dumb.
that's bogus.
It's punishing.
It's pretty punishing.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
more
especially-
things don't use it.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
I was hoping to use quick jump to supersede, but since you still move when you do a leap action.
Yippers.
Just wipe out on the ice trying to quick jump.
Yep.
Definitely a very powerful terrain tool.
So that was
Alright,
your
well,
first action.
Great. Can't do much else, unfortunately. I am not a ranged character.
You can try to balance again.
Yeah, you can continue
Yeah.
making them.
I'll just try. I mean, either way, this is a setup turn for me because, you know, gotta move in.
Oh god.
Easy Pete.
Alright,
Believe
well.
in the me that believes in you.
Yeah, this just fits like Naruto. Who am I kidding? He sucks. He gets good, later down the line. We're only level 7.
Oh, it's early Naruto. Okay.
Yeah, this is early
still
Naruto. This
figuring
is
it
like
out.
just got trained by Jiraiya Naruto.
He doesn't even know Rasengan yet. This kid
Actually, he
sucks.
does. How dare you? I just need to get in there.
This is tactical thinking, actually. You're still flat-footed, which means it'll move towards you. Surely. Sure.
Surely. All right. Well, I guess I'll just. Is that any worse? Did I fall? Did it
No,
force
you
my
did
turn
not.
to end?
That was not a critical
No.
failure. That's still only a regular
Alright.
failure.
I believe you only
Try
crit
one
fell
more
on a
time.
15.
Terrible. This will be a 15. Let's see what happens.
Here we go. Oh my gosh.
Good lord.
Naruto.
Yep, there we go. All right. Well, at
So-
least it's 3 actions.
Naruto spends 6 seconds just sort of running in place on the ice before his legs sweep out from under him and he falls prone on it.
Holy
As
shit.
much as I know
Beautiful.
this probably hurts as a player, God, how accurate it is to the
That is-
character.
That is actually
That
accurate.
is the character. Yeah. Like, I can't even
Holy shit.
deny it.
Well,
The
that brings
pain.
us, that brings
Looks
us
like you have
I would like to add before the end of the round,
Mhm.
I did forget a key part of Monster Hunter because I don't tend to build Monster Hunter Rangers for a reason. I should have gotten a recall knowledge with that hunt prey. If you don't mind me taking that now.
Oh, yeah, no, you can do that now.
All right.
What
just didn't want to butt in on
what
turns.
questions are you looking to ask?
I am looking to see if I can recognize any of the. Let's see. What did we learn off of that?
Weakness and
weaknesses.
lowest save.
And
If
it's
we're
lowest
wanting
But
to
lowest
be-
that would have happened. That would have happened.
That would have
after, so-
happened after. So if we're wanting to be fair about it,
Sure.
Yeah, I usually almost always go for what seems to be their strongest of defenses. I want to see what they might be vulnerable to as a creature in terms of defenses. They seem slow, particularly strong in some way.
So you can give me an Arcana or Nature check.
I will gladly toss you a nature check. Let me see here. Is there a way for me to do this secret or no?
Yeah,
Control.
there should be.
Ew, closed eyes. Closed eyes. God
All
damn
right.
it.
No, that's all right. It's not a huge deal.
I
Actually, that is going to be a critical success. So,
Holy shit.
I'll tell you, reflexes are its highest save, and I'll tell you. Well, actually, here, you know what? Oh man. Okay, there's 2 weaknesses I could give you that aren't like elemental weaknesses.
Oh.
Mhm.
B or C.
B.
B. You know the Legiana produces cold through special glands in its body, and that poisons tend to block those glands, preventing it from using its ice-based abilities.
Darn. Pathfinder player's only weakness.
Alright. It is the Legiana's turn. And what you see it do is it flaps its wings, it gets a
Frick.
little bit of height, not a lot, but it is then going to swoop over all of you. Flies up to triple its speed, perfect.
I'm terrified.
So let's just start this party.
Oh, now I know what you mean.
How far have I gone? I have a lot of speed. I want you guys to be aware of that. I'm gonna come up and hang out over here.
I don't know if it ever went through me at any point in that.
No, it did not need to go through you. It just needed to get adjacent to you.
Nearby.
Okay, cool. I'm like,
Yeah.
Because
am I in the
as-
clear?
As it flies, it swirls. Like I said, it's almost like this thing dances in the air. But as it flies by you, a chill, fell wind flies with it,
Mhm.
freezing your blood and swirling around you as it performs its freezing flight.
Oh wait, let me do this first and then read the thing.
Not so hot on the rolls.
And actually, you know what? I'm going to change where I positioned it. It's going to swoop. It's gonna bank hard after flying by Janai, and it's going to swoop towards the downed prey on the ice.
Holy, it's working! The tanking's working!
All right, so failure from Janai, a critical success from Naruto. Ray, you got a regular failure, and did I get a save from Ifa?
pardon, sorry.
I need a reflex save from you against the freezing flight. Okay. So everybody will take regular damage except for Naruto, who I guess was too low to the ground, and will end up taking no damage.
In character.
You know,
Also
in a
his luck.
Is this like that
As
time that
was
we had the
foretold.
Pokemon game, and it ended up working out too perfectly?
Excuse me.
Okay.
That one was pretty funny.
Now that was only 2 actions, because this is based off of the Nightmare's Flaming Gallop, which does similar things. So it will use its final action to step on Naruto with its talons.
Yeah, no, remembering my first fight with this thing, yeah, this is lore accurate.
I'm sorry, Decaf.
I mean, it would have been a crit at my normal AC.
Yeah. Good roll on the die there. Coming in. Shouldn't be too terrible damage-wise. Well, I did roll very well on damage. 36 piercing damage. As it just... This big talon claw just... comes down on you.
Oh, I can do this. That's already happened, but...
But it does not grab you. It just sort of like rakes at you. Maybe like rips up the ground a little bit. Tosses you in the air slightly. But then it is Janai.
Ears ringing.
So you're no longer stunned. We
feeling
can remove.
fear
Actually,
everywhere.
we can remove both stunned and deafened because those were both only one round.
Was it one round? I thought the deafen was a minute.
Only if you critically failed.
Gotcha. All
Okay,
right.
like
Well, the
warnings.
ringing leaving.
Because I don't have 10 hit points.
I will shake my head and stare back at my affected party mates, evaluating the damage. How hurt does Naruto look?
Well, last night we just had dinner with pizza in mind, so I would say 75 slices out of 113 is what he's looking like.
I also had pizza last night.
Ah.
I had chicken bacon ranch pizza. My favorite.
I also
I'm not
had
gonna
pizza
lie.
last night.
You were mentioning about having pizza, and I was really confused of where that was going, and I don't know why.
You're just out of it
I
over
was
there.
like,
it's
how
fine.
is this?
How tall is this rock fixture?
I would say probably gets about to be 8 feet at its apex.
How much cover would it provide if I were to shoot from here?
Because Legiana is as big as it is, and it is flying approximately 5 feet above the ground. Boy, with how close you are to it, I still think it gets lesser cover.
Alrighty.
Because you're like,
That's what I expected.
yeah. Like if you were further back away from it, it might be no cover at all.
Oh, trust me, I plan on getting as far away as I can.
Okay.
Let's see here. Do some quick math. If I were to move here, I want to stay out of its gigantic distance for that ability it just used. I think wanting to keep the party out of, I guess, closeness, he'd retreat back as much as he could.
Okay.
Go about there. But, that was 30 feet, right? I hope I got the right square.
I will say, for the knowledgeable party members, there's one more weakness that you guys have not uncovered about the Legiana.
Speaking of knowledgeable, I will call out upon finally gathering my thoughts after the ringing goes away. As to the capabilities of this creature, as I use the other effects of Monster Hunter, everybody gets a +1 to their next attack roll against this creature.
Ooh, okay. Is that, did they change that? I thought that was only on a crit.
On a crit succeed, yes.
Did you crit succeed? That's right, you did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, trust me, yeah. That's the only reason I'm even bringing it up. Let's see. And I believe you could just drag this on your character. There you go. Let's see, one action left.
Nice.
Upon retreating, we'll immediately just turn back, arm outstretched, and let loose a hunted shot.
Okay.
I will immediately make 2 strikes.
Let's see it. The Legiana is yet untouched.
Yes, because I did not pick up gravity weapon, so it should just be strikes. Target is your... and is the subject of Monster Hunter.
She is... Ooh. She ducks out of the way of your first arrow.
And on to the second.
This...
Ooh!
There you go. Because, nope, that strikes true. While she whirls out of the way of the first arrow, she is not quick enough to dodge the second. It bites into her scaly hide. Give me some damage. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah.
With my last action, I'll ponder back to what else I might know about this creature, making another nature check. And just to do it secret this time, because I just like secret checks. Let's see.
It does make another pained cry as it gets hit.
To roll secret, you control click the die. You got
That's on me. It was control click. Alright. Yeah, I only use we have a whole add-on for my home game, so. I don't really know the actual keyboard controls. Apologies.
All right, I got your nature check. So even with the increase from you having already done one, that is going to be a success. And so I will reveal to you that the Legiana has components. So you can choose to target any of its components at AC 30. And if you reduce them to 0, that part will break, and it will gain the listed effect. The listed penalty.
Using spiral dive, send at least 40 feet to increase damage chance. I use frost slip. Cannot use nimble flare. Takes a -10 status against its fly speed.
Break the tail, break the tail, break the tail, break the tail.
Focus the extremities. I still need the gem.
All right. That brings us to Ray.
With the big fly move, it would have, if my reading is correct, destroyed my clone. But
Oh no.
don't even delete it, because my first
just
action
gotta
will be to
sustain it?
sustain. Yes, and
Recreate
it comes
it.
back. And then I will look over to this one, whose name I'm not even going to try with. I'm going to look at their spear, and I'm going to say, that's a nice looking spear. I think that monster finds it quite scary, as it is now its implement of destruction.
No!
Son of a...
You better get to work
All right,
there.
well, that changes that action.
Better put that work in, Aoife.
Nobody
Well, that
expects
was
the
going to be the
weapon buff.
first thing I was going to cast, so it's just funny that
Oh,
Oh, you were going to guess this as well?
if you'll notice.
Brilliant.
well, you just gotta move it now. You can cast
I
it
love
on the ranger.
Nah, I don't mind. Just takes it out of mine that I have to do.
right.
So that's all 3 actions for Ray, isn't it?
Yes, but it needs a
Sustain and-
will save.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
needs to make a will save.
Right now, or
Well, I believe so.
yeah, the effect
'Cause
is based on the target's will save.
okay.
Yes, yeah, it's a
So, here we go. Fail.
four.
failure. Nice.
Uh,
So my
wait.
spear will deal an additional 2d6.
No,
per
hold
spot.
up. Let me make sure I didn't just roll with your bonus.
They're the same DC. Oh,
Well,
yeah. You
I
just clicked on
accidentally
that.
had Ray
different
selected
save.
when I rolled.
Yeah, different
My
save.
will is
Oh,
15,
but-
yeah.
you rolled
My bonus
so
was
low.
lower. Here, you know what? I'll take the failure because my bonus would have been lower anyway.
Okay, so if we apply your bonus, that would make it a critical failure.
Sure.
Hmm.
So then now your weapons do an extra 4. Excuse me. Whatever.
Wait, so it critically failed? How?
If we
Because you
apply, well, here, you know what? No, we're gonna compromise, okay? Because I rolled with your dice originally, so we'll just say it's a failure.
Okay.
Okay, so if
I will
it takes
take-
damage from me, it'll take an additional 2d6 persistent mental.
Yep.
And if I critically hit, it's doomed
One.
1.
Yes. Or as
So
long
as
as
long
it's
as it
taking
has
that
persistence.
persistent mental, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping
Alright.
there was like an effect like on runic weapon that we can drag, but we'll just have to remember that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Aoife.
Doesn't look like it.
I mean, it's interesting that it doesn't have an effect that it could drag even to itself. It's kind of interesting. Anyways, okay. All right. Well, the nice thing about this weapon is I don't have to get closer.
Hmm.
At least I think. I think this one has reach. Let me double check. I thought it did. I might have be remembering something else. Double checking first. It does. Okay.
The
cool.
good spears do.
Yeah, well, it's a dancer's spear.
Yeah, good spear.
Yeah, it's that's a nice one. It was also one of the few two-handed finesse things that I could use.
Yep.
So,
Very familiar.
because not a single non-martial weapon does it. Simple. There we go. All right. Anyways, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna actually try a thing here.
Okay.
So I know that it's weak to fire and electricity.
Yeah.
I do have fire on my side here. So we're going to try a little bit of a couple things here. Is this one? Okay, so I have to cast it first and then do it. Okay, cool. All right. We're gonna start by casting Holy Light.
Holy light. Okay, let's see what's this. What's this one?
Wow.
Ranged spell
A
attack.
blazing ray.
Oh,
All
it's
right.
an attack spell. I thought it was a save. Hold on. That one's not the
Does
one I
that-
thought it was. I don't
You want to
think.
maybe change what you're doing then?
I hate to say probably not.
Okay.
That's the one with fire, unfortunately.
Okay. Go ahead and give me.
I just thought,
Yeah.
cool.
Go ahead and give
It's
me an
Meta
attack roll.
turn.
Yep, it's targeted. Here we are. Oh, would Monster Hunter apply to this?
Yes,
yeah.
your first strike should be
On your
+1.
next attack
bonus.
roll against that prey.
Sweet.
Yes, on your next attack roll.
I didn't know if it was like a melee or something like that, so I just wanted to
Yep.
check first. All right, how'd I roll?
Good enough.
Let's go!
All right, so
All right,
radiant
Here
fire
we are.
rips from your hands, scorching towards this creature. It tries banking out of the way, but it is not quite quick enough. It is still sort of off kilter from the arrow that lodged itself in its chest. There we go. There's the damage I was stalling for.
Is that a solid roll, actually? A little above average.
All right, and you notice
and then
it takes a little bit more
Oh.
damage than
let's go.
usually would.
All right, I pissed it off, guys. And then we're gonna follow that up, and we'll hope that this hits. I doubt it, but we'll try, right? With a Bespell Strikes, applying
Ooh,
that fire to the spear that I'm wielding.
very cool.
Holy.
So we're gonna apply that onto the Dancer's Spear, and we're gonna choose fire. And then I'm gonna try and make a strike from right here at a -5.
Okay, so some of the fire swirls around your spear, gathering around its tip. You strike out, stabbing up at this beast. You hit.
Come on! Oh, good lord, there's so much. Hold on.
So no monster hunter this time.
No Monster Hunter, no sweep, no backswing.
Everybody
I don't think I
gets
get
one.
any of those. So +9.
Ooh,
How do I roll?
you
Let's
hit it
freaking
exactly.
go!
Wow.
Holy crap! Girl ain't playing around.
+1.
Hey, that
Alright.
one fire is all I needed.
Yeah, very good. And it is taking that 2d6 persistent mental.
Mhm.
Let's
Hell
freaking
yeah.
go, dude. All right, I've upset it. Wish me luck.
Yeah, they say. Teamwork.
It will now shriek every turn.
Something.
All right, Naruto.
Like to stand.
Okay,
Balance.
Naruto rises to his feet.
Oh, finally. I would also still like to jump off of this uneven ground.
Okay. Just roll another acrobatics check like that.
You're good.
Or that. That's
good.
good enough.
Oh, thank you. Alright. We are gonna move the 10-foot leap over to here.
Okay.
And then, heck, I'm a monk. Screw it. Flurry of blows.
All right.
Gigantic.
Like, that's what I got. Alright, so first strike.
Trickety strike.
Holy.
Nailed it.
Beautiful.
Mhm. Mhm.
And second strike.
Don't forget to target.
Oh, you know what? Good call. I did not.
That
Good
one
call.
is another hit
Alright.
because of
damage from the
agile.
First.
We're so back.
Damn it.
And damage from the second.
Okay, 17. This creature is hurt. It is reeling from these blows.
This
But
creature can be felled. It can be beaten.
it is its turn. And with a few things left to do, let's see, I've done my freezing flight, I've done my frost flip, I've done my shrill shriek. Don't really need to test out nimble flyer,
No,
but what I do need to
freezing.
do
I'm like, are there alliteration? Is that intentional?
I love alliteration.
I know. I just noticed that with the with all of its names. That's funny.
Well, unfortunately, I have a few that aren't alliterated.
Yeah.
All right, so it is going to take into the air, and it is going to soar 25 feet up,
Wow.
so that it is 30 feet in the air.
Oh, this is gonna be crazy. If it gets
Then-
to my turn.
Once it's there, so that was one action to get up there. It is going to use its remaining action. You see it sort of like flap its wings, and as it does, you can see the air around it begin to condense, begin to glitter, almost like there's crystal dust in the wind that soon forms into giant icicles that rain down around it onto you guys.
Huh.
This actually comes from Monster Hunter Stories and is known there as Icicle Realm.
Hell yeah.
So this unleashes a 10-foot emanation in the area beneath it. And so I need everybody except Janai and one of the Ray Liotas to give me. Where is it?
Just me.
One of them.
And unfortunately, if I
A
think
reflex save.
Yeah, if I get targeted for, I think, a save in my space, then it gets destroyed automatically.
Oh no.
Let me read that.
Ooh.
A
Alright,
damaging
another
effect
crit
affects
success
all
from
enemies.
Naruto.
Alright, let me read
This
this.
is lore
spell.
accurate. Lore accurate.
Is something.
I have one
Alright,
ability.
I
I'm-
like the little anime dancing that he does to avoid things.
Classic anime. This,
Yes.
just to be sure, I'm sure it doesn't, but I'm now curious. This doesn't count as a spell, does it?
No.
Reduced
Good.
by 2.
I'm okay with that.
I would attempt a reflex save against the damaging area of effect. So I'm going to cast Interposing Earth.
Ooh.
I should have read this while I just looked at the words and I didn't take anything in. Okay, I get standard cover,
I do
which
believe
does
I get to do this.
Does add +2 to the save. +2 to reflex saves, and it does reduce damage by 2 even if you do take damage.
Alright, there's no effect for cover, so we're going to click on this. Oh, I'm going to click my token.
A very nice spell from Rage of Elements.
Two.
Very nice.
That is a good one.
Add. Roll. Be good. Or
Cover baby.
Alright, good thing you have that reduction.
Mm-hmm. 2 whole
Alright,
points of
so
damage.
Naruto, you will take no damage. Aoife, you'll take half damage. And Ray Liotta, you'll take full damage minus your resistance.
Mm-hmm.
So this damage, because these are
Alrighty.
giant icicles raining down, they are both cold and piercing.
Let's pick fucking cover.
All right.
But this is one instance of damage, right?
Yes.
Okay, so just -2 off of that
Ow.
for me.
I will,
Mhm.
in response to taking that damage, specifically the piercing damage that comes from it,
Of course.
you'll see the blood that, starts to leak will get turned to magic as she casts Blood Vendetta.
Nice.
And I need a will
Love it.
save.
Hell yeah.
Alright, let me make sure I got my bird selected. Hiya! Nope. Fail.
All right. Have another persistent damage of bleeding this time.
Okay.
Should be 2d6 persistent as well.
Alright.
It
Now,
also
I will
has weakness
say-
1 to piercing and slashing for everyone.
Nice. I will say that there are there's one ability left to test on the Legiana, so we will be doing my usual endless ferocity if it comes to that. If any of you can land a blow on my boy.
Mhm.
But that does cover the end of my turn, so let's go ahead and get a total of, 46 different persistent damages going? Alright, 6 mental. Ah! My mind! My beautiful mind!
I'm okay.
Bleeding internally and externally.
16 on the save there. And then, oh, you know what? It didn't add the persistent bleed. Just roll me a 2d6, Shy, for the damage. All right, 8 bleed,
Bleed!
and I'll roll a d20. Let's go.
Ah, damn.
Alright, well, that lasted.
Those are all good rolls that aren't on strikes. Always the positive. Always the positive.
All right,
I suppose that's true.
Janai. I feel like Forrest Gump with an accent.
I stare in fear, watching it easily shake off its figurative and literal wounds.
It's no longer
Uh,
doomed either.
Literally.
It is rejuvenated and it should be dead. And thus, in fear, I will call upon decay itself and hone in the fire within, and I will cast Flame Wisp on myself.
Ooh, there you go.
One of my favorite spells.
It's a cool one.
As 3 balls of fire will appear over my head. Let me see here. If you cast a spell with the fire trait, while if you're within 3 wisps, and you wisp of trees. Okay, good to know. And with my last action, I will use Haunted Shot once more to make 2 strikes.
Okay.
I am become Turret, Destroyer of Worlds.
Ooh,
You
your
hate to
first
see
shot
it.
again goes wide, but hey, maybe you're just setting up that second shot again. You're lulling it into a false sense of security. Let's see what you got.
It's always the second. It's always the second. Let's go!
Yep, that is exactly a hit.
There you
So
go.
now I will say you would deal enough damage. Yeah, it would be dead normally. So, this is an easy encounter, so this thing would be dead round 3 after it's taken 3 turns. But for the sake of testing it, it has endless ferocity, so it can pull off one last stunt. All right, Ray.
All right, I could use the bathroom, so this is going to be a quick one. Sustain, my clone stays. Grasping Spirit spell, which gives my 1 action harm a range of 30 feet. Where is it?
Okay.
There it is. I can upcast, because the animus apparitions are, what are they called? Sure. So we will do that 1 action harm. Oh, it's fortitude, but what are you going to do? Please succeed at the very least.
All right,
Yes.
succeeded on that.
So it will take half of this, and it will be pulled 30 feet closer.
30 feet.
Yes, to the ground.
Okay. Is there
That's part
anything
of-
preventing me from flying back up on my turn?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I needed to be in the air to use my final ability.
You're good. That's all good. And that's my turn.
All right,
I hope you think it'll be back.
Aoife.
Well,
Let's do
this
this-
makes things
let's do this
significantly
quick. I want
easier. Yep.
Here, take your turn quickly because I want to target him before he gets back.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Sure Strike.
Ooh, okay. You got the flank
Uh,
with Naruto.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna
Go
apply
ahead.
that. I don't. And can I give myself guidance to this? Because I can. I don't. Fuck it.
Yeah, you can.
Strike. Yeet.
All right, swing with a spear, stabbing
can
out.
I- Keep higher. Perfect. Sweet. Haba!
Ooh, that is a hit. Yep, that's a hit. I was about to say it should maybe be a crit, but it should not. All right.
That's
So
there,
your
that's
spear
fine.
stabs
Okay.
into its flesh, and again, you're certain this thing should have
All right.
fallen by now, but it is propelled by some unnatural ferocity, driving it onward.
That is totally fine because it just means that I was allowed to sustain without any issues because that's part of my thing.
was
and I
2
don't know,
actions.
shield.
Shield. Okay. Naruto.
That would apply the persistent mental damage still, no? Unless that
Yes.
spell wasn't
Yep. It
maintained.
would apply the persistent mental damage again.
Alright.
Very nice. All right, I will single action flurry again.
Okay. Like we
Strike
said,
1.
you got that flank. That would be a hit.
Beautiful. And strike 2.
That would be a miss.
That is understandable. Damage.
Boom, boom.
Okay. You just pummel on this thing. You can feel like it's like throwing your weight into it. You can feel this thing shift as you slam into its bulk. But it refuses to topple.
Understandable. Let's see here. That is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That would not be good for you. That is 5, 10. Yeah, okay. I will use a single action because I'm not supposed to be good at this anyways. Because Naruto's not supposed to be good at this level. Single action. Rasengan.
Okay. Fortitude save.
Yep.
Well, I'll be honest, it doesn't look like you're super good at it.
No, he's not.
That is a success.
Beautiful.
So half damage. So yeah, again, endless ferocity. This thing would go down normally if I weren't cheating.
Chills. I'm watching horrors. I see this guy go crazy and nothing's happening.
Is there anything else for your turn?
You know what? Just in case it decides to fly away again, I am
Don't.
going
You
to
need to
then
fly.
draw a shuriken.
Shuriken. Okay. I thought you were about to say, like, I'm going to grapple the creature.
I prepare to grapple.
Not the minus 10
said,
map
"Don't
grapple.
you
Honestly, I would
dare."
love to see that.
All right. Dinnerman, are you back? Perfect. All right. It takes off, lifting 30 feet into the air.
Perfect.
It
It's downward spiraling.
tucks its wings and dives in a spiral, diving straight for Ray Liotta. And it does a spiral dive.
Oh god. Flies twice.
Yep.
Okay.
So it doesn't even need to.
Oh.
Oh, goddammit, he's back.
I hope I'm still alive.
Well, I'm attacking you right now. Here we go.
Me?
That's still pending. That's
The
still
plan
pending.
was that you weren't going to be before you got back.
27 to hit Ray Liotta.
That's a melee hit?
Yes.
Awesome. I finally get to use this since I'm attuned to the guy with the fire stuff. Blazing Spirit.
Holy.
All right. You gain resistance equal to your level. Triggering
Yeah.
takes. Okay. So damage-wise, the damage got to go up because I did fly. Because I went up 30 feet, which meant
It's
I could
2d12.
then descend 20 feet from my starting position. It's 15. So this is just powerful charge in flight form.
Right. Oh, that's pretty cool.
So here we go, and this is going to be piercing. I'm not sure that'll. So 28 damage to Ray.
Minus 7. Why is it just a die like that?
I don't
the
know.
itty bittiest of damage rolls.
So how does that work in math? Oh my
I
god.
was going to say,
21.
hold on. Is that all of the damage?
Should be.
2d12 plus 15.
I rolled
Looks
an
about
8.
average.
I rolled an 8 and a 5, which is 13.
Oh, increased to 2d12. I thought I saw increased by. Okay, never mind.
Nope. I based this off of the who was it? The Minotaur, who does increases too.
No, that makes
well.
complete sense.
No, that makes more sense anyways. So
But as it
Hey,
crashes into you, fire erupts from you, and finally that is what fells this creature.
it lands, hits the ground, just feels the fire, and just says, "It's not worth it."
Thank
Yep.
god I had 10 health left.
It then explodes, and the resulting blast, Ray Liotta is the only one caught in it.
It explodes. What?
All right. That covers the test portion of this creature. If you guys would like to stick around, we're going to go over the design. We're going to talk about the numbers, talk about what worked, what didn't, and any things that I might have missed and or messed up on. I also like compliments, so you could give me those if you're feeling generous. However, I know not everybody wants to stick around for that. So for those of you that made it this far on the stream or the video, thank you for doing so. And we'll catch you here next week with another new monster. Have a good one. Now, for everybody still sticking around here, I am going to make you guys the owner of the Legiana so that you can look at its stat block, configure ownership, all players, owner, save changes.
Mhm.
Alright, so you guys should be able to open it up in monsters and take a look. And I'm gonna pause the music because we don't need that anymore. All right, so Legiana design. Well, you know what? Before we get into the numbers and all that stuff, First impressions.
I definitely like the one action abilities. That feels very accurate to the way it was very spastic.
Very
When I
quick.
remember
Yeah.
the fight.
Yep.
Mhm.
I
Well-
definitely enjoyed that.
Very cool. I really liked that you dipped into stories to take moves from.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It looked like a cool ability. Shaw, you were about to say something.
Say I don't remember much because I know I fought it. At least I
Yep.
think I have.
It's the apex
like-
predator of the Coral Highlands.
I don't remember much because it's been a while, but it was still cool regardless. I mean, like just general impression, it was enjoyable. I will say I have learned that I dislike the concept of uneven ground on the terms of Pathfinder's side.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not a fault of the monster. That is a fault on Paizo, in my opinion.
Fair enough.
That was so.
Okay.
I have a +2.
It's-
I was like, I can't move. If I
Yeah,
move, I'm gonna fall.
exactly.
Like,
It is a requirement, and I'm like, that's the
Yes, that
I mean-
harkens back to the issue at Winter's Sleep that many people did have.
If you fall prone, you could at least, I think, crawl technically.
oh yeah.
You can indeed crawl to avoid
Yep.
that.
But
That was the trade-off. Like, why would you ever fall prone? And then I was like, oh, now that you say that, I'm like, I guess yeah, that's a free way to move. But I guess you
My
could just
only
drop
issue,
prone for
like,
free.
you
Instead of
could
trying to
drop
move in the first place.
prone and crawl, but like that's such a huge waste of action economy that on its next turn, if a GM, granted this always takes into account a GM being just rude, but it absolutely as a monster could just do it again, and you'd be stuck basically in the middle of it all, and just good luck crawling out.
Most definitely.
I could lower the duration of that. We could talk about that. Decaf, do you have any
But yeah.
first impressions you want to add?
No, I have really nothing. I mean, I thought it was a fun fight. I enjoyed sticking to the roleplay of the character that I built for this encounter, where he absolutely fucked up at the start and then he picked up the momentum.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
is fun.
Good. All right. Well, getting into the numbers a little bit, we'll just touch on ability scores real quick. It has an extreme dexterity. These are highly aerial creatures. They don't spend a lot of time on the ground. And when they do, their move sets are very similar just to other winged, what are they called? Flying wyverns. Yeah, I think flying wyverns. So nothing really special there. It does use, you know what? There's actually some design similarities, ability score wise, as to last week's Sniper Joe. Because this has an extreme, and then its highest saves after that are 2 moderates with strength and wisdom. And then has a low constitution and charisma, just because I think it's a pretty dragon. Perception, it has a high perception. These are based on birds of prey. It is a theme throughout their design. It also has dark vision, which I'm not sure if they would have dark vision. I just kind of leaned into it. It has where is it? An extreme acrobatics, because like I said, a lot of time in the air, and then a moderate athletics. Armor class. Okay, see, this is something I was a little worried about. You guys didn't have an issue with it. You guys actually did really good with it. I was worried that between it having a high armor class, a lot of mobility in its kit, and a power of flight, I was very worried about its people getting hits in on it. But I think you guys
we
did.
may have been rolling just well enough. Yeah, I mean, we could pull up what our usual like attack roll bonuses for people could
Well,
be. Just
I mean, I think you learned its weaknesses and you targeted those. So I mean, so I think
Fair.
yeah.
I think the only time we rolled poorly was on saves.
Yeah, it was. I really noticed that on the saves, at least on my end.
So yeah,
I think it was mostly Naruto. Oddly enough.
true.
That was
Naruto had
doing
like
very
2
well on
critical
reflex.
I was
successes.
gonna say, if it was a
Yeah.
reflex save, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
but that's a main character buff, so it doesn't count. But
That's
yeah, no, maybe I don't know.
I felt like you guys were hitting off.
moderate.
I felt like you guys were hitting enough. I usually go for high. I know we recently had a discussion in the Discord how like people on Reddit were talking about how like you should hit on an 8 or how it feels good to hit on an 8. I've just never designed monsters that way.
Mhm.
We
I
usually
was gonna
look at
say,
hitting on a 10, like at least, between Shy, Decaf, and I when we discuss monsters,
Mm-hmm.
we usually look at like a 10 because that's still like a 55% chance.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like it depends on the difficulty as well. Like if
Yeah.
you're fighting things weaker than you, sure, 8 makes sense.
Mhm.
If you're fighting like a severe boss, then like hitting on an 8 is absurd.
Right. Well, I mean, this is an easy encounter, so maybe
Sure, yeah.
I'm going too far, but it is a level above you guys.
Mhm.
if you would like numbers, just from the quick
Mm-hmm.
understanding of what I have, a plus 16, which is what Naruto has, that would
So
hit
he
on the
hits
11 at
50% of the
base,
time. Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that's
about
without
50-50.
like flanking or any other weaknesses applied. So like
Mhm.
50%. I know as a caster technically, but still melee oriented. I have a plus 14, so I'm hitting on 13s and higher without any
Right. So you're looking at 60% or
adjustments.
40%
Mhm.
hit, 60% miss. But I mean, you rolled well and you got like the
Yeah.
debuffs in there, and yeah. So I don't know.
I think I'm leaning towards you going with high, especially with the way you usually want to play the game in terms of
Mhm.
like we're
Yeah, and I
aiding each
mean,
other, any kind of buffs, anything
to
like
be
that.
fair, because of how worried I was between flight and everything like that, it does actually use low HP.
I was about to say its HP was pretty low.
Yeah.
So
If you balance that with the low HP, then that's probably fine. I
And I
personally
think that
like
would work for you.
bigger HP, like personally as a player, because I just
Mhm.
like fighting creatures longer.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
I think it's all good, especially if it's offset by it having weaknesses. Like we had the fire. I don't think any of us had any means of electricity. It has 10 weakness to
yeah, no.
electricity.
Yeah,
I
no.
could, maybe we could increase its HP a little bit, maybe like 125 or something.
Yeah, had I had better guesstimates, I would have used my Sasuke build instead, obviously, for fire and electricity.
Mhm,
True.
true.
You see,
Now it
you
is
gave it
also worth
100.
noting that a lot of fire and reflex saves, like spells, target reflex,
Yeah.
which it has an extreme saving throw for.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Even
Yep.
with a lot of electricity effects.
Yeah, both.
If I had conductive weapon, which I was considering, that actually would have been nice.
Its remaining 2 saves are low though.
hmm
Yeah, I was about to say, with those low saves,
Mhm.
and honestly, with that low of HP, that AC does not matter, honestly. Yeah, I'd
Oh,
even say you could almost bump that up, actually. It
It's-
gives it a very
I would
big, like,
probably
avoidance
I would
base.
probably bump the HP before I bump the AC.
Oh, yeah, I'm
think-
not saying do that. I'm just saying, like, hyperbolically.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the AC is
Hypothetically.
probably good as it is because it's high and it's still something that can be somewhat troubling to try and hit occasionally, even for an easy encounter.
Mhm.
Because 11 at best without, if you're
Yeah.
not playing tactically, I should say. But especially if you increase it and this becomes, let's say, like a moderate or severe encounter, they're having to roll really high just to hit it,
Yeah.
and that would be a pain.
Yep.
So
It is also immune to cold because it's one of the cold dragons.
Mhm.
Looking at
Makes sense.
strikes, we have a moderate attack on its jaws, which deal 2d10 plus 11 is high damage. Then we have a high strike on the tail and the talons. The tail has the most reach at 20 feet, and therefore only deals moderate damage. And the talons both have reach, agile, and grab, so they only deal low damage. But that low damage still hurt, as we saw when they hit Naruto. So yeah, anything you guys think should be adjusted there? Whoops, Actus left us because his computer died.
Oh, crud.
oof.
He said he'll be back in a bit. But for the time being,
Mhm.
anything in the numbers you guys think I should adjust or should take another look at?
Those all seem fun. I feel like with the melee strikes in particular, it's a little bit harder to gauge because I feel like most of the time the focus is on the special things, so we don't get to see
Yes.
those
But
as often.
I did use each of them because I used the jaws
True,
as part of the
true.
spiral dive.
Oh yeah, they're all mixed in with all of the things.
Yep,
Very nice.
I hit Naruto with the Talon after I did my freezing flight.
Yeah, and you bit the hell out of Ray Liotta.
Yep. And I did do a tail strike as part of the frost flip,
Right. Okay.
which
I
missed.
stand
It just missed, yeah.
deflected. But yeah, those all seem fun. Talons. Plus, it has the grab, so that makes sense. Lower damage. Oh my god, the grab, fly into the air, drop.
Well,
Seal.
it technically can't do that because you can't move while you have a creature grabbed.
Oh, you can't. Okay.
Yep.
God.
You have to have a
Okay.
special ability to do
I
that.
do have the GM core right there. I'm probably gonna read it at some point. Okay, yeah, no, I think these numbers are good.
I did suggested.
Hard
What do we think about tiny bump to HP, like 125?
I
Maybe
mean, I'm
120.
sure. I think with the high electricity weakness and even the kind of low, I don't know if book accurate, the kind of low fire
Mhm.
weakness, I think that would be a good offset.
Yeah. Shall I decaf?
I think 120, 125 is fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say
120.
I don't mind a bump personally.
Okay. We'll do a little bump. Oh, I guess while we're talking about AC, we can also, we have to take into account those are not its only weaknesses. There are the blocked glands,
right.
which I need to reword a little bit. Whenever the Legiana takes poison damage or is afflicted by a poison, it cannot use any actions with a cold trait for 1 round. Because this is apparently like it can't. If you poison it in game, it cuts off a bunch of its abilities and stuff.
I don't even know that.
Yep.
Is it? Would it be? I feel like with the afflicted by a poison, like if the poison lasts 3 rounds, I guess if it saves. I feel like for the afflicted poison, shouldn't it be as long as it's afflicted rather than 1 round? Because it'll just keep being afflicted until it
Yeah,
goes
I was
away.
just trying to make it all like one sentence. I have
One
to split it up
sentence, I
doing that
feel ya.
way. Yep.
Yeah, that's
All right.
true.
Whenever the Legion takes poison damage, it cannot. Yeah, I'll fix that.
Yeah.
You could maybe do whenever the Legiana takes poison damage, or as long. Oh, yeah, I guess that
Yep.
does sound weird.
Additionally, as long as it is
Ooh.
afflicted by a poison, it cannot use any actions with a cold trait.
As long as the Legion is afflicted by a poison, or whenever it takes poison damage, it cannot use.
Ah, there we go.
Slightly less run. Just swap which one comes first.
But even still,
As-
that implies that if it takes poison damage at all, it can't use it. Whereas that 1 round clarifier is there for the poison damage. But when it's afflicted, it would just last until it's not more.
Oh, yeah, I guess it would be separate.
It's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what
I'm
I
curious
have,
if
I have this
you
on the character sheet. Whenever the Legiana takes poison damage, it cannot use any actions with the cold trait for 1 round. Additionally, while the Legiana is afflicted by a poison, it cannot use actions with the cold trait.
Howdy.
Welcome
Apologies, my
back.
computer decided to update.
We've reworded blocked lands a little bit, and I added 20 HP to the Legiana.
Reworded blocked lands? Which one was that?
The once it gets poisoned, it can't use its ice abilities.
Oh. All right,
if you target the beak, is the only trade-off that it loses those abilities. It doesn't lose any health.
Correct.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I was just curious.
Should I lower those? Maybe. I was basing it off of the damage rolls of monsters and stuff.
No, I think those are pretty accurate.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
tail,
that's probably 1 or 2 strikes. I feel like
the
that's fine.
face
Yep.
is usually the easiest to break. Tail is a little bit harder, and the wings are. I think the wings are usually harder just because they're hard to hit. But
Yeah,
I gave them a little bit
say.
HP just because that is a much more crippling to the Legiana, in
Right,
my
and
opinion.
that can also just be a means of representing them being harder to hit. They have high HP. I think that's
Of course. I think if you wanted to do it differently, you could increase their HP pools, but also consider damage done to the creature as well. I don't know if you all have played Dawnsbury Days, but I believe they had a multiple component creature there that did something similar.
Maybe.
It's up to you, of course.
Yeah.
I could see like a feel bad moment if a player did know that like hitting a part didn't really do damage, but then again,
I mean,
maybe with
if
the
anybody
return of disabling
recalls,
things.
because I actually started components when I started working with Cameron McLeod, and we were doing the what are they called? The Horizon Zero Dawn monsters.
Mhm.
I'd get to take a look at those actually.
Yeah, we've done the Slaughter Spine and the Rake Wrist, which is an original one he came up with. But so I was like, you know what? I guess this is just perfect for Monster Hunter, so I'll bring it over to that as well. But so like if I had a player that like recalled knowledge and they wanted to know about like they were like, oh, does they asked something that led me to revealing stuff about components. I would give them like the full basic information on components.
Mhm. Like spell out you're not damaging
And
the creature
yeah, and
directly.
alongside the fact that yeah.
Yeah, and that in particular is draws a little bit from the Hydra design, where you can target a head to like delete that head, but it doesn't deal any damage to the Hydra overall.
I personally think it's good design. However, it being unique to some creatures could be confusing for just gameplay reasons. For the average player, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like it personally. I always love components, and especially ones that aren't necessarily damage focused but are aimed at disabling abilities. Seem
Yep.
really interesting to me. So I like it.
If anything, I feel like all it would do would end up punishing metagaming personally. You try to be like, oh well, obviously it's a Monster Hunter. I can attack this and I'll get other benefits while damaging. Like,
Oh yeah, it is
whereas if
worth
you just recall
noticing.
knowledge, you would be told.
Yeah, the AC is extreme for targeting components because you're not just trying to hit the creature in general, you're trying to hit a specific part of it.
Mhm.
Of course.
It didn't really come up in play. I use this because like like I said, they've got a lot of hawk design on the Legiana, and part of it is it will soar. It'll just like glide on thermals and stuff. And so I included Nimble Flyer as a free action. That essentially just allows the Legiana to hover.
Let's see.
That's a good one. I was wondering why it said cannot move from its starting position. Maybe a little bit of a reword using the terminology within fly itself could probably be good. Because I was like, what do you mean not move? But that makes sense. It makes sense now. Verified.
Yep. So obviously that didn't come up a lot in our test here because it was moving a lot, as we saw with stuff like Freezing Flight, which is unlimited use area damage, high DC, very basic sort of ability. But I did also want that, like we were saying, this thing sort of just flows from one move into the next, and so that's why it has a mix of 2 action and 1 action things, such as Frost Flip. This one is, again, it's unlimited use area damage. It is a high DC fortitude save for this one, and it creates that uneven terrain. Now, should we drop the duration of the uneven terrain? 1 minute definitely felt too long when I was designing it. I was like, there's no way this should last 1 minute.
Mhm.
I feel like one round might be better, honestly.
We could
Because
do 1
uneven
round.
terrain is strong, especially if you're keeping the DC at exactly the same DC as the ability.
Exactly, yeah.
That is the biggest issue here.
Until the start of the Legiana's next turn, the affected area becomes uneven ground.
And I was going to mention, because my memory, it does that, and then the ice doesn't stay for that long. So, it does it, like, say, it does it 3 times in a row. And I think that would be cool for it to do that, but, turning the entire battlefield into uneven terrain for 3 rounds would be so evil. But, like,
I
that
did add the
incentivizes
flourish
people.
trait to this action.
Yes,
No, I even meant, like, 1 turn in a row. Like,
Yeah, okay.
1 round in a row. But this it can do that now and not shut down the entire battlefield, which I think is much, much healthier.
Yeah.
That is definitely healthier, especially if you're keeping the DC at the same amount. I would say having that for that long, if you keep that DC, would feel very punishing. But if you're going to keep it for 1 round, then I think it's actually fine. I will say I do remember the original creatures, ice like aura or not aura, like dangerous terrain basically. It was more of if you walked in it, I believe it did a little bit of chip damage and it gave you Ice Blight, which Ice Blight is a whole other conversation. But we do have hazardous terrain.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought this was more interesting.
I get that.
Plays a little bit better into like the ice theme.
I do like that.
As somebody who has to deliver mail on ice and snow, I'm far more scared of slipping on it than I am of it dealing chip ice cold damage to me.
I completely agree. I'm just bringing it up for the sake of options.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Its big thing is Icicle Realm. This deals limited use area damage, rains down icicles, high DC reflex save, but then it goes on cooldown.
For quite a while. 1d6, probably one of the longer.
Wow, yeah, that's really long.
Yeah,
it does also get to fly as part of this.
Yeah, that one was really cool. Oh wait, does it? I think it doesn't matter. I was curious if the whole thing about flying up, but I guess even half of it's flying directly up, but even half of its move speed is still 30 feet.
Well, that would be 15
as a
feet
reminder,
because it's difficult
it'd
terrain
be
to go
15
straight
feet.
up.
There you go. I was about to mention that.
But so that
I
is to help it get in position, because this is 2 actions, so it could maybe use the first action to get up there, and then when it uses Icicle Realm, it can get further higher up to unleash it.
I will say, let me see here. Regardless of their save, creatures are immune to Shield Shriek. Oh, okay, never mind. I was wondering what was the limit on the Shriek personally.
Once per minute.
Yeah, it's built in.
Yep. And then, as we said, Spiral Dive is just a powerful charge in flight form.
I know you made Shield Shriek as an action, but do you think rewording it into something similar to Frightening Presence might be better? Because I don't see a world where you probably wouldn't open up. More of like an opening, because that's all. Frightening Presence is usually just like a one and done it, from my memory at least.
Yeah, Frightful Presence is an aura. So it's when you first enter the aura, or when it first, because some creatures can suppress it. But like a shriek is something that the creature actually has to do. It's not a mere presence. And so just having a
do it in like mid combat if a minute has passed. So if there's some running and
we've never
they
had
could
that
then do it again,
before.
which would be
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. I'm just wondering about simplification and all that,
Fair.
But nah, you could definitely use it mid combat if somebody else shows up. Yeah, probably keep it as the one action.
Okay. Or also, like, if the party is so scattered that it doesn't get all of them in it in the first place.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were all bunched up, but not all parties travel like that.
Next
Sometimes
match, I'm starting. If we're over here, I'm starting over here.
But yeah, that covers the Legiana.
One character that's paranoid.
Anything else, you guys?
We're having an argument. Don't talk to me.
I guess the only thing I could really say is it has a plethora of options. Like, at least compared to most creatures that have, like, I don't know, something like a basic breath weapon or all that. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, but it could definitely make it feel like everybody's spread out. Okay, it can suddenly hit everybody with that flyby ability.
I mean, that is
something around those lines,
part of my design for it. Like, it swoops in with something like Frost Flip, causing the party to scatter because, like, oh, we don't want to get hit by that again. Then it follows the scattered party with Freezing Flight. Like, that's definitely part of the design.
No, I get that. Yeah, I'm just saying that might feel bad on the player end, depending on the group, of course. But honestly, with the part system, I actually did want to bring that up. So the parts are cool, but if we look at it in the lens of when will you be targeting them, I do have concerns about that. You see, during this encounter, we could have targeted them. However, with the, I guess, foreknowledge, or I guess foresight, there you go, now knowing that they would have not done damage, you probably wouldn't want to do that for something you're probably going to kill relatively quickly. And for a boss encounter, the extreme AC will make it not a very viable option unless you can guarantee break that part. So like, I'm kind of struggling to find the good area where you'd want to hit these parts, but also not want to waste your time missing. You get what I mean?
If it is, I mean, I would do for it if it's consistently staying out of reach. I would try to limit its wings.
Or if every single turn it keeps using, I'll
It's the
remember.
frost flip.
Which,
Yeah.
yeah, there it is, frost flip. It's like, I'm sick of this uneven ground. Break its goddamn tail. Cut that thing off.
I guess my main point is it kind of harkens back to the whole you can debuff, you can do this, but why do that if we could just kill it one round
I
earlier?
mean, then yeah, that's a
And that
strategy.
depends on the party. Yeah, that's absolutely just a party thought process there.
Okay.
You don't have
Just thought I'd
to
voice that.
engage. Yeah, you don't have to engage with every single thing every time. You guys couldn't do anything with the block lands, but that's still a feature of the creature.
Gotcha.
Same for the electricity.
Yep.
It sucks as well because like I feel like part of what you would want to do that is like, we can't hit it. Maybe let's try, I don't know, taking out the tail, but it's much harder to hit the tail.
Well, I mean, that's
That's what
also
I mean. Like,
But like it's like, all right, I'm hitting this specific part instead of it in general.
it
So,
should be hard.
Can
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
can you target a component with like a save spell at all?
I'd assume not technically.
Yeah, not like, because it's like
Okay.
most save spells are like either area effects or like target a single creature, and you can't just target the part of a single creature.
I cast blindness on the tail.
If you could use AoE, that would make it would make the component section like a gigantic weakness if AoE worked on that. I don't know.
Very cool guy. I wish
Super cool, yeah.
my players were stronger. They just got finished on an ice island, and this would have been a cool thing to fly around.
I just
Same. I'm very happy the stat block exists. It's a shame I run a desert world.
should have thrown the Gossarak at them for your ice island, and there's the Diablos for the desert world.
Oh yeah, I just haven't gone around to it. I just like Legiana.
But all right, that covers tonight's Monster Mash. We will have another one next week, or we should, all things God willing. So until then, thank you all for coming out, for watching the stream, watching the video on YouTube. Until we see you next time, stay safe, be good. Catch you later. Bye-bye.